Caution. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gutfeld, along with Kimberly Guilfoyle, Lanny Davis, Eric Bolling, and Jedediah Beal. It's 5 o'clock in New York City. But who's counting, America? So the only thing Obamacare has successfully produced are jokes about Obamacare.
Hey, do you have that Obamacare?
Obamacare? What's that? What's that?
Oh, it's great.
It's great?
It's great.
Well, what is it?
I started signing up last Thursday, and I'm almost done.
Lanny, did you find it funny? You were shaking your head.
Well, first of all, I thought I heard beeps every time you said a word. And is that my first time on the show? Do they beep you out when you do these?
No. That was your conscience speaking.
So I think humor is fine even when it's on the left, and I think the right needs to have a sense of humor, so we have to have a sense of humor. I thought that was all very funny.
Could it be that for the Democrats, their enemy isn't the Republicans, it's Obamacare, and they got to run screaming from it?
Well, first of all, my friend Eric uses the word lie, and I criticize Democrats when they use the word lie about George Bush on weapons of mass destruction. We can talk about mistake and not say lie, so I'll just differ with the use of that word.
Please, just before you move on there, I didn't use the word lie until yesterday, and the reason why I used it yesterday is when we had tape of President Obama saying, after 29 times saying that you could keep your insurer and your doctor, period, on Monday night he said, that's not what I said. I said, you can keep your doctor insured, period, if, and then he went through a litany of things that had to happen. The Monday night was a lie. The Monday night was a lie.
Well, I wouldn't use the word lie, but he's trying to extricate himself from an oversimplified expression in a campaign that we now regret.
You are a lawyer.
Wow, Lanny, that's impressive, I have to say.
Let me be a crisis...
Extricate, yes.
A crisis manager side of me would say, when you mess up, you fess up.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you fix it.
You said that last night, to be fair. You've said that's where they should be.
We messed up in promising people they wouldn't lose a plan. We should have said, you're going to have to change your plan and upgrade it. It may cost you more unless you get subsidy. It might cost you less. But there are going to be changes if you have an inadequate plan. And the American people would have voted maybe against the concept of paying more for more coverage. But we messed up on that. But what we have to do is fix this, because I support this legislation, always have. But we've got to fix the problem. That's the main priority.
But the problem is
denial isn't the way you fix it. I'm sorry,
no,
Kimberly.
It isn't. We have to fess up that we messed up.
Right.
And there's no question that it's not working. The whole idea of people losing their coverage, and it's certainly higher costs, were not well explained. It's just a bad communications mess up.
Anything else?
I agree.
Okay, good.
The government will be shut down again by the wacko Tea Party.
Oh, here we
We'll
go.
change the
Barack
topic.
Obama
Possessed by Beckel. You are possessed by Beckel.
Is Bob talking into your earpiece?
Thank you, Bob.
If I ever get arrested for murder, I want you to defend me, and you could say I am guilty of removing oxygen accidentally from an individual.
Who, me? I
Yes.
would never defend you.
Oh, well, that hurts me deeply. All right. The mainstream media had no problem broadcasting this load of crap over and over again.
Oh, my gosh.
If you've got health insurance, you like your doctor, you like your plan, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan. If Americans like their doctor, they will keep their doctor. And if you like your insurance plan, you will keep it.
Well, on Monday, President Obama made remarks attempting to spin his, sorry, Lanny, lie, on whether Americans can keep their health coverage. Well, we covered it right here on The Five. But did the mainstream media bat an eye? Let's check the scorecard. Brian Williams and NBC Nightly? Nope. Diane Sawyer and ABC World News? The Today Show? Nope. Good Morning America? Not a word. Well, they weren't done, though, because we brought you a story yesterday about Democratic anger at the president over the unsuccessful rollout of Obamacare. Now, let's just see if that one was reported by the so-called media big boys. Well, this might seem like Groundhog Day, but bear with me. Brian Williams and NBC Nightly? Again, nope. Diane Sawyer and ABC World News? Nope. Today Show? Good Morning America? Sadly, I didn't think so. All right, we should note, CBS provided some coverage of these two stories. Is anyone surprised? Show of hands around the table. Lanny even. Can you get that elbow up? No, Lanny. Failure to launch.
Can't get it up.
As someone who still believes in the vast right-wing conspiracy, I would not be surprised at anything. This is an example of media not paying attention, but it's not bias.
Okay.
Wait. Time out. They're not paying attention. One of the probably the biggest story in the last 2 years, and they're not paying attention. Obamacare, rollout is an utter disaster. The president is out there having he and his people with the big lie, and the media, mainstream media, is just not paying attention. There's no conspiracy. They haven't decided against reporting something. That's not good for the president.
But that's why it's important to watch Fox, so you can actually become equipped with the truth to understand exactly what's going on, because we literally just went through the scorecard to explain to you in factual detail who covered this, who didn't, and you got to hear it, Lanny. I mean, that's how you know so much.
So if you really think that all these people who are journalists for a long time, who last time I was in the Clinton White House were after Bill Clinton and very tough on Bill Clinton, a lot of those people.
You think they're tough on President Obama or on Obamacare?
I think that they have covered plenty about the crash and train wreck of these websites and some of the issues that you mentioned they haven't done. They should have, I agree, but I don't see any ideological bias as the reason.
But they were tough on Clinton about personal issues, I think, and not about ideological ones.
Don't ask Bill Clinton that question, because they were tough on him about a lot of issues, and they've been tough on Obama about Obamacare.
The media had to go after Bill Clinton because they hadn't, at that point, when you're having sex in the Oval Office, you got to do something. Wait, I'm sorry, it wasn't sex. It was oral sex.
Start with the. I'm not going there.
Wait, but I want to
start with the travel office and all these mighty big scandals like campaign finance that went absolutely nowhere. This was all driven by what you guys call the liberal media. The New York Times is what. Remember Whitewater? $70 million later, nothing. That was the liberal media.
But can I make? I just want to. When the media hounds a Republican or a conservative, that's considered investigative journalism, i.e., Watergate. However, when you cover a liberal or a Democrat, the newsroom sees it as finking, especially when they love a candidate and they love Obama. So when you break a story critical of Obama, they treat you like Serpico.
They really do. That's their boy. They have a big, prom king crush on him. All right, Jedediah, so let's talk about professionalism here. How did the media miss this? All these professionals at these networks, okay, at NBC, ABC, all across the board, CBS. How? What's the explanation for this?
Well, way back when we were pointing out all these flaws, they didn't even ask questions. When Barack Obama said, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan, everyone just took his word for it and said, well, okay, well, he said it, I guess it must be true. No one asked questions about what kinds of regulations might emerge that may make that a problem, which is exactly what happened. Sebelius put through these regulations that made the grandfather clause all messed up, and now people don't have the insurance that they had. So they're only covering it now because the whole website fell apart, and they had to. They were obligated to do, but when they had to be real journalists, which is back, 2 years ago, they just let that all
to prevent this.
So I don't want to hurt your reputation. I completely agree with what you just said, and the regulations really were written by a bunch of people that didn't consider the consequences, and the unintended consequences, I think, are not. This thing has to be fixed, starting with the regulations.
Here's the problem, is that President Obama has realized that this is an utter disaster, so he's going to go out and try and clean it up with these lies upon lies, the big lie. And the mainstream media has decided that they want him on their air, and so they're not going to ask the tough questions. 60 Minutes gets him on. NBC Morning Joe gets the president on. Does he ever come? You can't even get Jay Carney to come on this network and explain some of the lies that they're perpetrating. Well, honestly, Lanny, I don't blame them for not giving them a hard time. Then they get their guests.
Remember, Obama's already elected.
That's right.
And I think the bigger issue here isn't that they're covering it now; it's that they covered it up in order for him to be elected. They'll do anything for him to win. The media and Obama, they're conjoined twins. Wherever he goes, they're with him every step of the way. So now that they're covering these misdeeds, I can't applaud them. I can't because you were wrong every time. You were corrupt, and now you're doing something right.
All right, so we're giving them a failing grade. They have to stay after school forever.
Detention.
But here's one of my favorite little pieces of sound for the day. I hope you enjoy it with us. And this is the president speaking in Dallas, Texas, and he's got an explanation for the whole thing. So just don't worry. Here it is.
This is like having a really good product in a store and the cash registers don't work and there aren't enough parking spots and nobody can get through the door. And so we are working overtime to get this fixed. And the website is already better than it was at the beginning of October.
Don't worry, it's better. There were 5 people people that got on and enrolled, and now it's 6.
Wait a minute. The greatest thing was the sign. That was a fantastic. Did you see the sign?
Affordable.
The sign, by the way, was probably done by kids. It was better. It was better executed than Obamacare. I mean, at least you can read that.
Well, you understand, Bob said that was the whole problem, that all this would be like wiped away, like wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi, if they only started calling it like affordable.
Why do I get the impression that Republicans and conservatives are celebrating the failure? Is there anything to do with
because we're right?
Politics here?
Well, because it's terrible. We're not celebrating.
Is it about people getting health insurance who don't ever have to worry?
That's a false.
Under Obamacare, they never have to worry again about pre-existing conditions.
So you're saying people who are critical of Obamacare want all people to die?
It's just a little bit too celebration.
No. You know what it is?
It's about what is a.
But those are the
we're allowed to
president's
say,
words.
"I told you so." We're allowed to say, "I told you so,"
but not so happy.
I can't
Don't have such joy in this disaster.
Well, but you know
we're
what?
going to fix this.
Lanny, we're not making it up. Those are the president's words. You understand that? We're not making anything up here. We're just playing what the president told the American people. We're putting it in a factual and chronological order. We're going to let the American people decide, because we have the responsibility to do this job, because the other networks like Obamacare have failed to launch to do the journalism jobs they were hired to do.
The problem is, Lanny, with your argument is, yeah, you're going to fix it. No doubt you're going to fix it. I'm not sure, probably not the end of November, maybe not the end of December, January. But once that's fixed, you're going to realize that no one, all the premises that they baked into that system to tell us how much it was going to cost are going to get thrown right out the window, because young people aren't going to sign up. Can I just point something out? On Tuesday, we found what I thought was a smoking gun. CGI, the company, CGI Federal, the Canadian company that the CMS tapped to do the website.
Terrible.
They sent a letter to the CMS saying, we're not ready. We're only 55% ready to go, and that was 6 weeks before the launch. This broke this week. There's a guy named Tony Trenkel. Tony Trenkel, who he's the Chief Technology Officer at HHS, who hired CMS or told CMS to do the website. This guy retired yesterday. He retired with only 9 days before his final date, given a 9 days notice. And the date that he picked for his retirement is November 15th. Do you know what November 15th is? It's the day we're supposed to find out how many people signed up. Now, the question is, why did he retire? Was he forced out because it was so bad? Or did he retire because he knew it was going to be so bad? He's out of there.
Hello,
but very
importantly,
Trenkel was supposed to sign off on this website and never did. So you want to do some investigation, find out. Get him on one of these Senate or House hearing panels.
You know what the big story was on the Today Show this morning? Was an Obamacare.
I know it is. I know what it was.
Matt Lauer and Al Roker had prostate exams. So they didn't just have their heads up their butt.
I don't need to know.
Well done.
No, I'm just so this is the point. This is the point I'm trying to make. That's the health story they chose to do.
That's right.
Yeah. So does Greg always get bleeped out? Because I just heard another bleep.
Bleeping him. That's the thing. He's got
just let him free. Let him roam.
Politically incorrect, I would say.
I'm going to end my segment before it gets even more destroyed. Coming up, a day after winning the governor's race in New Jersey, Christie indulging some 2016 speculation. What did he say? We're going to show you.
What you like, but you still did it. You backtrack, change your act at 100 lies a minute. But soon as I am, I won't go along with it.
Christie wasting no time, fresh off a big re-election night victory in Blue Jersey, gave a reporter a little guidance on his plans for 2016 and becoming the leader of the free world.
You have to have a huge ego, right? Say, oh, please, it's such a burden for you to be speculating about me being the leader of the free world. Stop, I'm so burdened. I mean, that's a pretty huge ego to be complaining about that. It's complimentary, it's flattering, and I have no problem with it.
And Time Magazine wasting no time, taking a cheap shot at the Republican. We'll bring it around. Kimberly, we're going to start with you. Here's the magazine. Let's start with the magazine. We'll get to Christie 2016 after that. Thoughts on this?
Look, I mean, this isn't anything that you weren't saying how long ago? Do I have to say that?
No.
That you were right. I mean, look, this is the guy. Every exit poll that night was like, let's put Christie up against Hillary Clinton. There were some interesting exit poll numbers coming out of New Jersey, even where they were pretty close.
Actually, she was winning by a pretty good margin.
No, that maybe by the end of the night, Lanny, are you going to get another job? That's what this is about, isn't it?
The fact that he's ahead by 20 points and Hillary is
stay on this Time Magazine cover
I found this offensive.
Really?
Tasteless. To use the word elephant is something Time Magazine must have known, that even someone like me, I like Christie, I'm a Jersey City, New Jersey boy.
Oh, wait, I didn't even think of it that way. I really didn't, to be honest with you, because that's such a common phrase. So should they not use it because what you're saying because he's a big guy?
They should not use it because they must know that it'll be associated.
I mean, it's not like a flattering picture of Christie either.
Would they do something similar to Hillary Clinton? That's all you have to imagine. If there was a similar word they could use that would suggest that Hillary Clinton was overweight, or they would absolutely never do that. So I think it's despicable that they chose to go this route. And if they wanted to pick on Christie, fine. Pick on his policy. Pick on something substantial. But his weight, cheap shot.
All right. Obviously, okay, if you look at that cover, elephant has multiple meanings because the elephant is a symbol of the Republican Party, and Chris Christie is overweight. So they have these multiple meanings that they can play off of. Imagine if the shadow or the profile was President Obama. We know that the animal in the Democratic Party is a donkey. If they had the headline, "The ass in the room," would they have done that?
You know what?
That's actually an
that's exactly the comparison because it's insulting, it's offensive, but they would never do it. However, they did it to this guy. He's got a weight problem. He's been struggling with his weight problem. They know what they're doing. They have a way out. Would they have done that with President Obama? No, because it's wrong both ways. But I'm not offended. I can't get offended by it.
But I'm not offended by it.
Yeah, it's tasteless. I'm tasteless.
Why do you expect such great things from Time Magazine?
I deserve Time Magazine.
So let's bring it around now. Now, President Christie, boy, I almost
what did I tell you?
Wow. Chris Christie off the victory says, maybe I'm flattered. I'm flattered about talking about me as president, leader of the free world, as he puts it.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's been a contender, okay? That's why it was such a big deal during the election. Everyone's like, Chris Christie cost, Mitt Romney the election because he's a powerful force. He has a huge following. Everybody was looking at him not only as vice presidential candidate that time to run with Mitt, but they're looking at him as the contender for 2016. There's a couple other people, sure, but
Can I tell you why I'm not concerned about Christie?
Please.
Would you mind? I think he's a great guy. I admire him. I'm a Jersey boy. I can see why Democrats would vote for him. That's exactly why the wacko far right of the Republican Party will never nominate someone who's electable, and that will save us once again.
Why do you call the far right wacko? The far conservative?
Yeah, that's what you're going
calling me a wacko. I'm a far right conservative.
You're not a wacko. You're a thoughtful conservative, which is not an oxymoron.
But you call the Tea Party guy a wacko. Why is that?
Because the folks that decided that government shutdown was a better strategy than focusing on Obamacare, God bless them, they'll never nominate this man.
Well, hold on a second, though, because as I recall, we were told that Mitt Romney was electable and John McCain was electable, and every time you go with a moderate choice that you're told, this is the electable guy, turns out he's not so electable. I like Chris Christie's gutsiness. I think people are drawn to someone who calls it like he sees it, who's a no-nonsense kind of guy. But if you dig in on the issues and you look at gun control and you look at immigration and you look at some of these key issues, I think he's going to have a hard time with conservatives, even on economic issues in New Jersey. That's not because they're crazy. That's because they want someone principled who draws a clear line between the left and the right, so people have a reason to get out and vote for the Republicans.
Well, he's less conservative than Mitt Romney. That's the problem.
I hope so.
President Obama was an excellent choice for the Democrats because he was appealing. And he was appealing in a number of different ways. He could communicate. He was likable. He was charming. I don't like likable, charming people because I always think it's a camouflage. Basically, people who are rough and rude.
You like unlikable, uncharming people.
I like jerks because I feel like jerks have nothing to hide.
Do you like me, Greg?
Yeah, I like you. I like everybody here. But my point is,
you like yourself?
That jerk, like a large guy, a fat guy, has nothing to hide. And I think that there's something that is different about Christie than McCain or Mitt, in that he can engage people that they couldn't. So I'm willing. I'm a conservative who can forfeit 20% of the American Conservative Union. Meaning if this guy can win. I've said this before. You win and then you fight.
All right, you're going to hate this then.
Yeah.
Before we go, I wasn't going to say anything, but I never like to hold back. Last Tuesday, after dropping my son off at school, I was driving to my New Jersey polling location, and then it hit me. I can't vote for the lesser of two evils. I'm not a moderate. I don't support big government. I don't support tax increases, and I sure don't support additional gun control. Governor Christie, I got to tell you, I want to win in 2016 as much as anyone, but not just because I want an R in the White House. I'm a conservative. I want a warrior for those conservative values, and for now, I think you've got a lot of work to do to earn my vote and millions of people like me.
Thank goodness.
Well
thank
said.
goodness.
See,
Well
you just
said.
made his day.
Thank you.
I made his day, but
Good,
I
Eric.
Anyway, all right.
Good.
Coming up, new trouble for Toronto's crack-smoking mayor. There's a new tape that's emerged of Rob Ford, and it's not good for him. A tape that, good for us though, a tape that shows him in a crazy rage. And wait until you hear what he says. We'll show it to you when the 5 returns.
Got a black magic woman. I've got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see.
Okay, imagine the surprise of finding out your house is up in flames and firefighters couldn't save it in time, so they let it burn to the ground. Then imagine the shock of getting a bill from them for almost $20,000 for their services. It happened recently in an ironically named town of, I'm not making this up, Surprise, Arizona. Homeowners Justin Purcell got the bill from the Rural Metro Fire Department because his home is in an unincorporated town in Arizona without any fire coverage. But he could have purchased coverage from Rural Metro for about $500 a year. He didn't. Here's Purcell's take.
Definitely was a surprise. It was a shocker when we got that. $1,500 a truck. I think they were paying the firefighters $150 an hour, and there were several of them. If it was reasonable, and I don't know what reasonable is on the amount of putting out the fire, but $20,000, you know, to do a mop-up on the fire is just ridiculous.
So, Eric, starting with you, do you agree with me that if you had Obamacare, everything would be all right?
No, but that is Obamacare. Here's what happened. The homeowner's house burned down, and now he's mad that he didn't buy the insurance prior to it. What it is the whole pre-existing insurance thing. Obamacare guarantees you to have pre-existing, you have insurance even though you have a pre-existing issue. Instead, I'm in favor of this. I'm sorry, Mr. Homeowner, your house burned down. You should have purchased the insurance prior to your house burning down.
What you're saying is
and you can't do it after.
It's like buying insurance after getting into a car accident.
No.
Correct.
So,
exactly that.
Guys, you're
Proving my point about hard-hearted conservatives. What do you think? Doesn't this guy deserve to have $20,000 and they didn't even put the fire out?
I don't think. The worst part is that his house is gone at the end of the story. It's not like he has to pay $20,000 and his house is still standing. He has nothing left. I think it's crazy, and I think that they could have charged him anything. I mean, who's to say they could have charged him 25 or 30 or 40? He could have come home and had any amount of value that he had to pay, which he didn't agree to and had no
guys,
knowledge
I
of.
have
It's
some
insane.
news for you here.
Breaking news.
Let me give you some breaking legal news, okay, Lanny?
You get me a soft heart here.
Soft, warm heart. I know you need. I can tell.
Liberal bleeding heart.
Okay, that's enough.
Love sandwich.
Yeah, love sandwich. All right, here's the deal. They had no written agreement. I think it's going to be tough for them to go after the homeowner. They were not called and asked to respond. They took it on their own accord to go out there. They arrived 24 minutes after the fire started and basically was burnt to the ground. And they're like, give us $20K for an aggressive mop-up? I'm sorry. I don't think they don't have to legally pay them. That's the deal.
Just to remember, Eric.
I'm sorry. That's the truth.
You had an option to pay money at a rural area to cover the cost and not freeload. Don't you think you really should pay some of this money?
I don't know. Maybe they could work something out. You know what? But you know the lesson I learned from this?
What?
Everywhere you live, there's a risk. If you're in Malibu, it's mudslides. If you're in San Francisco, it's earthquakes. Colorado, it's wildfires. Chicago, it's Rahm Emanuel.
You know who I blame this on? I blame this fire
Obama?
on the mainstream media not covering.
Yeah, I
and
think
the Today Show.
I think Obama should be impeached. You agree, don't you?
No.
Well, they said it was
I wouldn't blame this on Obama.
Gentleman's agreement.
Well, look, there is an issue here. If you live in a rural area, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Because it is very expensive.
But $20,000?
And they had an option to pay.
$20,000?
This
How much
case
is a
is
house
probably
worth?
going to be decided, as Purcell said, which is something a little bit more reasonable. The poor guy did have his house burnt down before they showed up. So I
But
think
here's the
they're gonna have to
problem. Here's the
compromise.
moral of the story, okay? Yes, purchase the fire insurance. Cheaper to buy the $500 insurance than get this kind of crazy bill.
You think the insurance should be mandatory enforced?
All right, let's.
I'm giving positive advice, constructive advice for homeowners in areas like this so it doesn't happen to you. God forbid.
Is this because
you
you're
have
an
a
arsonist?
disaster.
Can we just
All right,
point out?
I've got to
I was an
switch
arson
to
prosecutor.
I've got to switch from a really easy topic about fires burning down to political careers burning down. Earlier this week, Toronto's mayor admitted smoking crack And believe it or not, there's something even worse coming, a new video where Rob Ford is threatening to kill someone in what appears to be a drunken rage, and I don't think we've got a tape for you that is very easy to watch.
Oh, it is.
That record's fun.
Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out, baby. Feel good. You're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence, baby.
This week, Toronto's Mayor Rob Ford admitted to smoking crack while he's been in office. And today, he's got a new PR problem on his hands. A video has emerged of Ford in a wild, curse-laden rage, threatening to kill someone. Watch.
I'll rip his throat out, I'll poop his eyes out, I will he's dead, I'll make sure that mother dead. I need 10 minutes to make sure he's dead. It'll be over in 5 minutes. I just need to go by myself. I want to go with Zach. I need 15 minutes, that's all. No interference, brother.
And this afternoon, he talked to reporters about it.
I saw a video. It's extremely embarrassing. The whole world's going to see it. You know what? I don't have a problem with that, but it is extremely embarrassing. When you're in that state,
For Prime Minister!
when you're in that state, I hope none of you have ever or will ever be in that state. Obviously, that was extremely inebriated.
How does this guy still have a job? Kimberly, I have to ask
Marion
you,
Barry.
Will he ever,
Maybe reelected.
will this guy ever reach the point where he's faced enough shame and humiliation where you think he'll actually resign?
Well, he just said that it's embarrassing, but that he's okay, that the world is going to see it. I mean, look, he obviously has multiple issues. Poly substance abuser, I would imagine. And I mean, it's just very sad, the whole thing. I don't know what's wrong with him a lot, but he'll probably, you know, keep his job,
So
go on to great things.
What do you think about this, Greg?
I just think
People like
Kimberly's
this get
really
real.
judgmental. He's an interesting Canadian. Given his crack addiction and his threatening outbursts, he's still not as bad as Celine Dion or Alanis Morissette.
I like
Now, there
Alanis
you go with
Morissette.
Canada.
You like
Sorry, I can't
terrible
help
music. Justin Bieber's also Canadian. There are a lot of Canadians that are worse than this guy. Justin Bieber just spray painted a hotel wall in Brazil, and he's not being arrested.
Allegedly.
Did you see the Brazilian girl take the selfie while he's sleeping next to him? I hope this guy doesn't step. This is the best thing that's happened to Toronto ever.
Yeah.
He said Rob Ford for
he's
Prime
awesome.
Minister.
This guy's incredible. Chris Farley, right? Remember Chris Farley character where he was just off the rails like that? He is Chris Farley.
He's on the rails.
No, but Chris Farley died.
Lanny.
Look at that picture.
That's amazing. That's something else. Lanny, I have to ask you, though, if you were a politician, wouldn't you sort of take a minute to sit back and think about your life and say, well, maybe I shouldn't do that or do this, or think about all the technology we have that might be capturing it?
You know, this is hard to even joke about. This guy is a sad, very sick, very ill. Should resign and get help. He's got family. He's got friends.
Does he have family? Is he married?
I don't know, but he needs help. And
yeah.
As much as I'd like to be a little bit
But
light
listen.
about it, I'm a crisis manager, and this guy needs personal counseling and needs to get out of office and take care of himself. And beyond
Well,
that,
especially a
I can't
crack
find a joke.
addiction. That's
You know,
very
SNL lost Chris Farley. Maybe they can hire him.
Eric, do you think it's weird that we can't forcefully remove him from office in some way, that we can't force him to get out? We have to sort of wait for him to resign or hope that they pass some kind of legislation that gives him a leave of absence. Isn't it odd that this circumstance wouldn't sort of warrant get out of office? Eric?
Eric?
I don't care. The Canadian. I don't care what they do. I think this is the greatest. I hope we find more videotape because I'd like to do the segment
So
tomorrow.
it's pure entertainment for you.
Jedediah is trying to do a serious segment here.
No, because, you know, it seems odd to me that nothing justifies just, you're not qualified for this, you have poor character,
Look at it this way.
Leave.
No, here's the weird thing about this story, and it is, and Lanny's right. It is sad, and it could get worse. But in a private company or in a corporate setting, you could do something about it, and you would do something about it if this was a guy, an executive in your company doing this sort of thing. You would act. and this person is a political figure, and you can't do anything
Your hands
about
are tied.
it. Exactly.
No matter what he
a
does,
pretty
it
safe
seems.
prediction. He's not going to stay in office. He's got to get medical help.
Right.
And I hope he has a family and a support system.
But I mean, it's serious trouble. He can't. If he had a wife, where is she? I think he's. I don't know. He must be a bachelor. I was like that 10 years ago.
We shall see if anything else surfaces. And one more thing is up next for you guys.
All right, everybody, behold.
Oh my God.
My 15-year-old son, Josh Davis, at home. Behold, I am not a dinosaur. This is a BlackBerry. BlackBerry users of the world, unite. We will take his back. We will not let it die, because if it dies, I die.
It's just like two.
There we go, together.
But mine doesn't work at all. I'm getting an iPhone tomorrow.
Believe, no iPhone, Josh, believe.
Josh will send you an email text on my iPhone saying, hey, Dad, you're a dinosaur. Blackberries are a dinosaur. You got to give the iPhone.
Yeah, they're covered with bacteria, too.
Ew.
People take their Blackberries into the bathroom. It's awful. Eric, sorry.
And they don't take iPhones?
He's back on the bathroom thing.
And the whole thing is wash your hands into the bathroom, not on the way out. Or both, even better.
Both.
I guess both. That's true.